Hello, hello, hello. This is Waylon Lewis from downtown Boulder, Colorado. And this video is, can you just tell Lindsay we're live? Since we just did it. This video is brought to you by a partner of ours, Grokr, which is a, I know what it is, Bess. It's an online video platform that you subscribe to, and you get yoga videos, and you get cooking videos, and you get wellness videos, and what else do you get? Meditation videos, exercise videos, right? Yeah. So basically, if you're not strong-willed enough like me to actually carry through on any New Year's resolutions, you just turn Grokr on, jump in front of it, and cook and exercise. And what did I say, Grokr? Grokr. So clearly I need less coffee or more, we're not sure. All right, so Grokr, not Gawker. I have just been reading about how Peter Thiel, a big Trump supporter, helped kill Gawker, but we're talking about Grokr. So anyway, if you have any, if you're just tuning in, say where you're from, say thanks Grokr, if so inspired, because they're bringing this video to you, and you should check them out if you want to learn how to cook. I definitely need to learn how to cook more. And what else? So we're going to talk about, I tried to title this the mindful New Year's resolution, the best New Year's resolution, and the only one that's easy to keep. So that's what I'm going to talk about, but we've been having Wi-Fi problems here for some reason, even though we're an internet business. And so I just gave up. And the title of this video, as you can see, is La 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 La. All right, so for every subscription to Grokr, what do they do, Bess? It's pretty amazing. No, I know, but who do they give to?
Oh, yeah.
Focus.
So for the month of January, it's free.
Yeah, so for the month of January, Grokr is free?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good deal. So they donate to cute little girls running around. It's this organization called Girls on the Run. They believe that every girl can embrace who she is, can define who she wants to be, can rise to any challenge, can change the world. They believe that every girl can. So it's a cool company, cool nonprofit, and yeah, we're psyched to be a part of, a small part of supporting Grokr, supporting Girls on the Run. Do you have anything else to say?
That's it.
Bess is like the Emperor in Star Wars. I'm Darth Vader. Never actually see the Emperor generally, but she's clearly in charge of everything. She doesn't like to be on camera. All right, here's my little sheepy, and now we're going to talk about the Buddhist New Year's resolution. Are people in for that? Holly from Portland. Yeah, sorry, Dijave, she doesn't want to be on camera. Leslie, la la la. Amy Beth, northern Wisconsin, where I want to move. You're in one of the best places in the whole world to live, given the coming effects of climate change. By the way, Aaron, Seattle. Melissa, you love me and my Grokr. Thank you. Give Grokr some love. Lindsay is tuning in. I think she's going to copy and paste all the Grokr information. If you do want help with the cooking, with the exercise, with the yoga, and you want to support Girls on the Run, this great organization is free for January. So that link should be in the comments. Wuthering, yes, I am bearded, and it gets super curly here on the side. Kadri from Estonia. Akam, hey buddy, from Iraq. I hope you're doing well. Andrew from Evergreen. Melissa from Southern California. Evergreen's not far from me. Andrew, I believe. San Diego. Stacy, that's where Lindsay is. Sheila from Sonoma County. I'm super jealous of you. Air is from India. Very wet Northern California for Lori. All right, Douglas from Chicago, if I remember. Amy Beth, hey. And I think I've covered everyone who said where they're from. Yeah, all of January is free, so jump in, get some New Year's resolution action going, and online video subscription with yoga, exercise, healthy cooking classes. I myself am going to use the cooking and the yoga because I've been injured and I need to do a little home yoga before I venture into doing yoga in public. And every time you take a class on Grokr, they'll donate to a great cause, which is Girls on the Run, which I pointed out. Shane is from Australia. Jennifer is San Diego. Manitoba. Trish, this is super cool. I'm going to visit, if any of you are in LA, I'm coming to LA, probably to Venice. I'm going to do a whole bunch of interviews. And then I'm going to go to Troncones, I believe, in Mexico, and stay at Las Villas Troncones, right by Present Moment Yoga Retreat, if any of you are there. And then I'm going to go to Burlington, Vermont, and Carmicholing, where I used to live in Vermont, and do a little meditation retreat. Because I worked all of Christmas and all of New Year's, and it's a little time for some me time. That's my resolution. A little love for the Waylon. Jessica, Birmingham, Alabama. Sarah, Peterborough, Ontario. Sheila, what are my thoughts on today's happenings with the Affordable Health Care Act? Yeah, the GOP is moving very quickly, right away, to repeal and replace. Well, they're not actually planning to replace. They have no plan to replace it. Yeah, so I just tweeted about that. It's amazing. It's the Affordable Health Care Act. You wouldn't know it if you just listened to conservative media, or liberal media is just as bad. Listen to journalism. Respect journalism, not biased media. So according to actual facts and numbers and real life stuff, as I just tweeted, the Affordable Health Care Act is helping millions of Americans. 20 million Americans have health care who didn't have it before. And even more to the point, those who didn't have health care, they would never get health care, and then they would wind up in the emergency room, and guess who that's billed to? Taxpayers. So it even benefits taxpayers. And there's something else that's great about it. Forgot. And then the other thing is it reduces the deficit. So it's going to cost something like $370 billion or million. You're going to have to read that article to kind of undo it. It's 350 billion. Yeah, I didn't think that could be true, but it is. And that's according to a bipartisan think tank. So welcome to Partisan Politics, brought to you by partisan jerks everywhere. Don't be a partisan jerk. Mary Ellen, Media, Pennsylvania. Woodstock, Ontario. Huntington Beach. Yeah, Grokr. Grokr is this big video platform. Mimi, you're saying that's the first time you ever heard of it. Learn something new every day. Happy New Year from Florida. Oh, and I'm going down to Florida around February 1st-ish, 3rd. And I'm going to be in Raygun, Ontario, Rayback, Raymond, Raybuck. I'm going to be somewhere in Florida, and I'm going to be doing a weekend on my book and mindful relationships, Buddhist relationships, and on meditation and mindfulness in everyday life. And it's in Stewart, Florida. So I wasn't even close. So if you're going to be in Burlington or Carmicholing, Vermont, or LA, or Raygun, Florida, also known as Stewart, look me up. I'll be there. Also, if any of you live in Burlington, I'm looking for like a digital agency to consult with Elephant for a couple hours. I just want them to go through everything we do and pick it apart and tear it apart and give us some suggestions that I'll then defensively reject. So let me know in the comments. All right. Venice Beach, Angel. Oh, you're just saying. Venice, I'm gonna be there in a couple days, I think, like in a week. Tennessee, Rebecca. All right, someone's from Caithness, Scotland. This is the least popular video ever. Maybe I should focus on actually talking about something. Holly, take a vacation to Eastern Europe. Come visit you in Riga, Latvia. I fly out of Oregon tomorrow. All right, let's go do it. We'll go say hi to Putin on the border. And Kezia, you just got my book. Awesome. I hope you enjoy it in Alberta. It's a very probably winter scenic place to read the book. Happy New Year from Sydney, Australia. All right, let's get to the subject. So I'm going to read a little bit of this, the Buddha's four New Year's resolutions. So no, the Buddha was not partying 2,500 years ago, drinking champagne and making New Year's resolutions he couldn't live up to or had no intention of living up to. But what he did have is, what he did talk about is the four immeasurables, which is something we can all use as New Year's resolutions that, as I discussed in another video, if you want to get the videos on youtube.com/elephantjournal, the problem with New Year's resolutions is often we are kind of rejecting who we are and we're trying to be better. So that's why my next book is called Self-Help is Bad for You. There's actually something to be said. True self-help is sort of embracing and getting into making friends with yourself. And that's difficult work. And instead of just trying to be better and trying to be something else, you can be better by actually making friends with yourself. So the Buddhist logic is you don't kind of try and reject who you are, you kind of embrace who you are, and that's the best self-help there is. All right, so here it is, the Buddha's 4 New Year's resolutions, and this is a blog. If you want to Google the Buddha's 4 New Year's resolutions, it's on Elephant Journal. Okay, so I'm just going to read it to you, and if you have any comments or questions or disagreements or anything, you can comment. And if you'd like to support this video getting out to the masses beyond the choir, you can give it a like or a love, but only if you find it worth it. I think it's going to become worth it right about now. The Buddha's 4 New Year's resolutions. Okay, traditionally they're referred to as the 4 limitless qualities or prayers. Society says we're not good enough, rich enough, thin enough. But what if we reversed the usual New Year's resolution trap? It's a trap! And did something that worked. Most New Year's resolutions are predicated on not being happy enough, or not having what we want, or needing to be prettier, or thinner, or more organized. But what if we began with accepting ourselves with Maitri, or loving kindness, and extended that genuine happiness outward, that empathy outward? The Buddha offered 4 limitless qualities worth cultivating. The first, contemplation. So this is something you can write down. Again, you can get the blog on the Buddha's 4 New Year's resolutions on Elephant Journal. You can write down, you can recite these every morning when you wake up and meditate if you like. So right before you want to go do your grok or cooking or exercise or yoga, you can do your 4 New Year's resolutions. I'm just trying to honor Bess's a little request there. All right, the first one is, may all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the root of happiness. Well, that sounds nice, but we're talking about all sentient beings. So that means pigs in factory farms, that means terrorists, that means Democrats, that means Republicans, that means that aunt or uncle who drives you nuts, that means everybody. May all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the root of happiness. So it's pretty challenging and powerful. It's easy to wish your, people you love, like maybe your mom or your dad or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, love, but you're also wishing not only happiness, but the roots of happiness to all sentient beings. So you recite those to yourself for a couple minutes. You can contemplate it. Then you can discuss the challenges of that with a friend or friends or colleagues. And, in terms of the terrorists and things like that, or Trump or whoever you feel like you don't love, Obama, whoever is your sort of enemy in your mind, crazy Aunt Sally or whatever, you can you can remember what Abraham Lincoln said, which is, I make the best way to defeat my enemies and get rid of them is to make them my friends. So if everyone was enjoying happiness and the root of happiness, maybe they wouldn't be being a jerk all day. So we're not talking about a superficial happiness like eating a Twizzler and then you're done with eating, and all respect to Twizzlers, I love Twizzlers, but once you're done with the Twizzler, you're no longer happy and you want another, and then you eat the whole box and then you're full and you feel sick. We're talking about a fundamental, unconditional happiness. So first, you recite, may I enjoy happiness and the root of happiness. Then you recite, may my loved one, say my mom in my case, enjoy happiness and the root of happiness. So you wish happiness to someone very easy to wish happiness to, like my accountant over here. I wish her happiness. Then you recite, may my best friends, like say Dave Rogers, who I work with, enjoy happiness and the root of happiness. That's still pretty easy, right? I don't feel jealous about his happiness, his love, his success. I wish him well. Then you recite, may those I feel indifferent toward, like people I just don't even think about, like all these random people I see in cafes or, people who I have nothing against, but I also don't necessarily care. I don't think about them. We all have those people in our lives. May they enjoy happiness and the root of happiness. Sure, no skin off my back, fine. but I actually take time and I think about that and I contemplate, may these people I only see for a second once a week, or maybe all the people out in America and the whole world, may they enjoy happiness and the root of happiness. It's a little harder to really think of it and get inspired about it, but not too bad, right? Then the next one, we're ramping up. Then recite, may my enemy, whoever that is, may, let's say I'm in a huge neurotic, horrible fight with some evil person in a cafe and we got into a screaming fight. And I hate them and they just don't respect me and they're talking about me with all my friends and I hate them more than anyone. And let's say their name is George. May George, who I've spent a ton of time like arguing with in my head and being neurotic about, may he enjoy happiness and the root of happiness. Any resemblance to real characters in my life is just imagined and coincidental. All right, and then finally you say, may all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the root of happiness. So that's the practice you do. It's not a meditation, it's a contemplation. So there's meditations where you follow your breath, and we can do that in a minute. And then there's contemplation meditations where you actually you use your intellectual mind and your heart and you actually think about it. All right, but we are not nearly done. That all sounds nice, right? But just you wait, this is hard stuff. Reciting these 4 contemplations is like exercising a new muscle, usually. Wishing ourselves happiness, some of us have a hard time with that. You know, when you get a compliment and you're not good at taking it and you blah, or you can't give yourself a compliment, you can't take credit for something because it feels egotistical. We don't deserve it, we aren't worthy, we shouldn't go first, we should hide our light under a bushel. If you could only find a bushel. That one's easy for me. It helps me refine and define what I mean by happiness and the root of happiness. For happiness is something, in the West at least, that's sold to us, pushed on us, hyped at us, and it rarely results in happiness. Most New Year's resolutions are about grasping or working for some happiness that we don't have. We can't make ourselves happy via external products, weight loss, love. Happiness is more fundamental than that. The best we can hope for is to use tools like meditation or exercise or yoga or cooking real food or being with friends and community to reconnect with our own fundamental happiness. Happiness is more fundamental than these external things that are always being sold at us. Chogyam Trungpa, the Buddhist meditation master, urged us not to wish one another happy birthday, but rather cheerful birthday. For happiness is a conditional state of mind, as opposed to the fundamental state of being that contentment or cheerfulness or being at ease implies. So when you say, hey, I'm happy because I just had great coffee, or I'm happy because I just had great sex, or I'm happy because I just met someone, or and I'm in love, but then I'm miserable when I lose that food, or I'm miserable when I lose that sex, or I'm miserable when I lose that happiness. That's a conditional happiness. So we're talking about a fundamental state of being. Conditional states of mind, happy, sad, good, bad, in love, brokenhearted, are suffering. That's actually the definition of suffering, or samsara, the cyclical state of pushing away and clinging to. That is called samsara. So if it's bad, we push it away. If it's good, we try and cling to it. If it's Ben and Jerry's, I eat 2 pints of it. If it's doing my taxes, I push it away. If it's an annoying person, I push him away. And I call him toxic. And if it's a beautiful, charming person who flatters me, then I cling to them. And we wish it not only to ourselves. So we don't wish that conditional happiness on people. We wish them fundamental happiness. And we wish it not only to ourselves and our loved ones and our best friends, but to those we take for granted or feel indifferent or neutral toward. The baristas or waiters or male women or those who we don't know well or feel strongly about it. And we wish it to our enemies, with air quotes, to those who challenge us, who upset us, who mistreat us. We wish them fundamental happiness. And as the saying goes, only love can make our enemies our friends. And even if that's not our goal, some challenging people don't belong in our lives. It is okay to say, I'm not going to keep you around, but I still can wish you well. We can change our own attitude from confusion and hatred to kindness. And we wish it finally to all sentient beings, tigers, elephants, blades of grass, mice, chickens, dogs, cats, turkeys, sparrows, all humans everywhere, those who make those products that capitalism is hyping at us, everyone. And in so doing, this prayer doesn't change anything except ourselves. And in changing ourselves en masse, we change our society and our world. And then the blog goes on to quote Pema Chodron about the 4 limitless qualities in her book, The Places That Scare You. So I hope you read it, I hope you share it, and I hope you practice it in your daily life if it's helpful to you. If you have any questions, hit me gently right now, because I'm going to get out of here really quick. And we'll do a minute of meditation. So one more shout out to Grokr, free in the month of January. They offer videos for fundamental happiness, I would say, for cooking, how to cook real food, for yoga, which stretches and opens you up and helps you reconnect with your body, and for exercise generally. And they're donating to a wonderful cause, which is helping empower young women in this organization, Girls on the Run. So every subscription, every video is going to support Grokr and supporting them. All right, if any of you have, all that link and to get it free through Elephant is in here. And I'm seeing tons of likes and love and thumbs up. Thank you so much. That helps this video get beyond Facebook's algorithm to all those who give a care. So just as a little experiment, I've done this on videos that I've watched, like videos about Standing Rock. You can machine gun the likes and the thumbs up and the hearts or whatever you want. And you can see that this view count at the top, 123 of you, will actually go up because it'll start reaching more people. So if you feel like these 4 immeasurables, these Buddha's New Year's resolutions are helpful for people, then you can do that just for fun. If any of you have questions about it, I'm here for you. Awkward silence. And if there's nothing, I'm gonna go drink coffee. So if you feel like I'm over caffeinated, save me from that by asking a question. All right, folks, let's meditate for 1 minute. You can take a good posture. I'm gonna skip, seems like there's no questions. So just take a good posture, shoulders back, up, and then down, and relax. Breathe into your lungs and your heart. Find your breath. Your eyes are open here. This is shamatha meditation instructions, so just follow your breath in and out. And I'll answer any belated questions right after this meditation. So please join me. Breathe in and out. Just breathe. Take a good posture and then relax and breathe. If you find yourself thinking about food, about girls, about boys, about an argument you had, about work you have to do, just notice that, label it thinking. Thinking, and return your attention to your breath. And let's conclude by bowing with respect to one another. Thank you so much. May it be a benefit. And please do check out and support Grokr. I have to stop saying Gawker. And their support for Girls on the Run. Wonderful organization. And thank you so much for everyone tuning in. All right, I'm out. Mwah.